What if I did this and just got weird with it? One of the great things about Final Fantasy XIV is how much you can customize your experience. Your HUD, or your UI, or your overlay, can be totally unique to you and your needs, but change can be scary and overwhelming, so let's break things down. This is how your HUD will look at the start of the game. Simple, 2 hotbars displayed front and center. And while it's a great place to start, things can begin to get out of hand quickly as you gain skills. By level 50, the end of the base game, you'll already have over half of your abilities and will be quickly running out of room with all the additional things you may want to have on your hotbars. Additionally, you may want to group certain actions together to keep things more organized. Adding hotbars in their default areas can begin to make things cluttered. Before you know, you'll be running out of room on your screen. This is where customizing your setup can come into play. Not only can you change the amount and location of your hotbars, you can also change the orientation, size, and key bindings on them, though that's another video. I've gone through several iterations on my hotbar setup, and this is part of the fun. There isn't one right way to arrange it. It is all up to personal preference. To help get started though, here are some things that I aimed for in mine. My priority is to have my key items always in my peripheral. This is why my job gauge, party list, and OGCDs are displayed here, just left of center. This allows me to keep an eye on them at all times without having to truly take my eyes off the target on screen. Below my character and in the center are things I don't need to constantly look at. This includes my general rotation and things that I just don't need to constantly check on. Finally, on the left and right are my non-combat items. These are things that are nice to have on quick access, but not necessarily to keep an eye on in battle when things are hectic. Additionally, my map is in the bottom left and my chat box is tucked behind the webcam. When it comes to your HUD, it's important to consider the value of that real estate. What are the things you will always be referencing? What actions in your rotation do you need to be using on cooldown to ensure that they're lining up with party-wide cooldowns? The less clutter you have in your immediate eye line, the better, especially as you begin to step into more difficult content. This setup allows me to monitor my actions, our party, and our enemy, or enemies if we're in a dungeon like this. If I don't need to reference it in battle, it doesn't need to be anywhere in this area. That being said, there are still lots of things that are nice to have on easy access. I have a macro on my bottom left hotbar where I keep things like job gear sets to switch to easily, as well as party finder, mount and minion guides, and my chocobo saddlebag. Having them tucked away in a macro gives me the best of both worlds. They are still accessible with the click of a button, 2 if you're being technical, while not taking up space on my screen when they aren't in use. Your HUD is how you view the game, and if you are anything like me, you will be spending a lot of hours in-game exploring Eorzea, so make it right for you. And hey, before you do, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. What do you look for in your HUD? Make sure to let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time.